Today we're going to talk about technical debt. We're going to talk about what it is, how it happens, what to do about it, and what to definitely, absolutely not do about it. I think that technical debt is a fraught concept. The reason I think this is I've had many discussions with software developers over the last 20 years, and something that comes up regularly is the design that you've chosen. Their opinion is it's the wrong one and you should change to this other design that I think is the right one. Now what happens when you do that and vacillate between different designs, and trust me, it's not the last time you're going to make that decision. You're not the last person to do it. There'll be a train of different software developers that come through the space you're occupying, and they'll all think that the last person made the wrong choice and you want to change it to the right choice. Well, what happens when you do this is that over time, the mismatches between the different patterns in your organization's code base add up and slow you down. Ultimately though, what typically causes a lot of technical debt is making pragmatic choices over the long term. So what can you do to avoid technical debt slowing you down? A good definition for technical debt is a design choice that you implemented and initially sped you up, but is now slowing you down. It may be an extra boundary or some co-located code that now you have to test and deploy together, and that's slowing you down. The first step to dealing with technical debt is identifying it. Most agile frameworks have a retrospective format, which means that people can get together and talk about what went well and what went poorly. This kind of forum is a good place to raise technical debt issues. Once you've talked about it amongst the team, one of the individuals at the meeting should take the technical debt ticket away, flesh it out, and put enough detail into it that the project leads can understand the problem, the size of it, and how much of a return on investment they'll get once it's executed. After that's scheduled, you can make the change and everybody's life is better. Unfortunately, most technical debt is not like a big rock that you can point to and say, we need to break that apart. Most of the time, it's more like sand or mud that you have to wade through. But if you identify small parts, break them off, and work on them over time, then things will get better. One useful approach is to allow or encourage your software developers to make minor improvements to code as they are touching it. It might not always be easy to identify what is really wrong with a piece of logic, but if you've read Martin Fowler's refactoring book, he gives you a really good catalogue of different code smells with names like long method, inappropriate intimacy, and parameter pack, and some paired refactorings that you can use in those situations. So if you encountered a piece of code with a peculiar odor, you'll know what you have to do. This is a cultural thing though. Developers need to feel that they're able to make those changes and feel responsible for doing that. But if you do that, then your code will improve over time. No discussion about technical debt is complete without a warning about overengineering. A good solution to technical debt should improve the design, readability, and maintainability of the logic that you're changing. Some of the time, you will feel a temptation, and I've done this, to put a lot of effort into removing some duplication, but you have to be honest with yourself. If you're putting in more complexity and the next person that looks at this code is going to be confused, then you've gone too far. So be honest with yourself and know when to stop. As a final note, I just want to remind you to give yourself and your colleagues a break. Design decisions are difficult. They have multiple different considerations, and the importance of these considerations can change over time or depending on the individuals involved. One of the largest anti-patterns that I've seen over my software career is a jerk that tells his colleagues that their work stinks without putting a critical eye over their own work. So just remember to flip the bozo bit and treat each other with respect. So to sum up, technical debt happens when you do something to go fast, which then gets in your way later. If you can categorize and catalog it, you can prioritize and schedule the most important parts with the support of your project leads. If you're touching a smelly bit of code, you can make small improvements to it. Not every change is an improvement, and sometimes code is good enough. Give yourself and your colleagues a break, and if this was helpful, please like or subscribe. Talk to you next time.